And I am going to make a motion to accept the resignation of trustee Carl Reardon effective March 31st, 2020.
Second.
Trustee Zero, trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes.
And
If I may, just let's publicly thank Carl for his service
absolutely.
to the township. And on a personal note, his mentorship over the years, feeling like a little bit of a poignant day. Every meeting I've been to, he's been by my side, so I've really have appreciated his presence.
He will be missed, that's for sure. I'm kind of bummed out we didn't get to celebrate with him. But I wish him well on his retirement ventures. I'm going to move on to number 15. Oh, wait. Yes. Number 15, we're going to
15 was supposed to be scratched.
right.
We don't have a need for that one now.
Okay, so we're going to move on to committee team reports. Chief Fraley.
Yes, I was just on the phone with a conference call with Franklin County Public Health talking about our produce market that we had on the 27th.
Yep.
So everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. We received 11,000 pounds of produce that day, and that's more than double the number that we've actually had in the past. We moved it to a drive-through, no-touch type of market. Worked out really well. We had everyone that was volunteering and working there very well protected in proper PPE. And we ended up with 230 families, which is more than double of what we have done at our typical market here at the fire station. So conference call today with them. Basically, we were going over what worked well, what didn't work well, which we thought everything did go well according to, you know, what we had to work with there. Great location. The Northern Lights Library branch manager was there. She was a great help. Looks like April is going to be held in the same location. A big shout out to CPD, since we were in their jurisdiction. They sent some officers over there to help us with traffic. We requested one officer, they gave us 3, and I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have 3 show up. So it worked out well. So that's where we're at with that. And I'm also having some conversation to try to help out our senior population a little bit more during the COVID-19 pandemic with Mid-Ohio. We had previously talked to them about having some pre-boxed food items that we could get out to those in our community that are 65 and older. But now more than ever, the need's there because we're on the stay-at-home order. So I'm trying to work through that a little bit to see if we can get that going and reach out to some of the elderly in the community and see how we can help them along those lines with getting some food. So
those were the non-perishable boxes.
Yes,
Yeah.
the lady had come from Mid-Ohio to one of our chat meetings and discussed that, but that was pre-COVID-19. We really haven't had any discussion along those lines since. So I'm trying to restart that now and see if we can get something going during this time, because we have so many that are in need that don't want to leave home, that shouldn't leave home, if we can help it. So we'll have a lot of conversation this week, and hopefully I'll have some resolution relatively soon.
Let me know if I can be of any help.
Okay.
Chief, how are we going to identify folks and communicate with them, or do we?
Right now, I have a few contacts that I've made over time, basically with just those that I've known from coming to our meetings and others that they have introduced me to. And they have a voice in the community also. They know others that may be in need. With Mid-Ohio, there is an application process. It's over 65. and a self-reported income level. And we have the applications right now, but my question to them is right now with COVID-19 occurring, is that still an option? Can we move forward with this? And if we can we move forward with it quickly? And at that point, I would basically just take a day of the week to deliver food. That's kind of how we are right now with the meal delivery systems in the area. Everybody's running short of those volunteers. So, but as I get the information, obviously we have the Clinton Township Division of Fire Facebook page, Clinton Township website. I would put that to Rachel, let her put that out there, and also on the Clinton Township Facebook page. And I would have completely in my PPE, obviously, go to some residents' homes and offer that information to see if we can get it out in the community.
Excellent, thank you.
I also want to add in committee team reports, I am working on getting a list of free produce markets throughout Central Ohio and free food pantries, along with restrictions and things like that. There is a current Facebook page up that a lot of people know about and a lot of people don't. It is called the Food Soldier. If you search that in the Facebook search bar, it is a group that you can join. And they have a lot of good resources listed for income guidelines. Most of these things are now drive-through option only. So it's a good thing for people to be able to reference. If you're food insecure, please check that site out. There's a ton of resources available, from meats to produce to dry goods. It's all listed there. She's done a really good job of kind of making that available, and we're going to try to get a list together so we can get it on our township page as well.
Is that a Central Ohio list, the Food Soldier?
It is. She has inside of 270 and some outside of 270 listed. She's got a tab at the top called Heart Cart, and if you pull that tab down, it is listed in order by day of the week, what pantries are open, what time they are open, what they require for income, ID, things like that. So I mean, it's a one-stop shop. She's got everything listed to have you prepared to participate in whichever location you would choose to go to.
I'm going to make a recommendation here that we ask Rachel to create a new web page where we can post a bunch of resources, links for any programs anyone can think of. So those of you, who have department specific ideas popping in your mind right now, we could just start emailing links to Rachel with a short description of what service folks can expect to find there. And then we'll have a landing page for stuff like this that we can just start advertising that page, see our COVID resources page, and we can just start listing. So assuming everyone's good with that idea, I'll get with her and start chatting about how I can support her doing that. And we're good with that. I say we just start emailing any ideas we've got to her. Okay.
Absolutely. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Okay, cool. If I might continue with team reports for a second, I just wanted to, in this new format, remind anyone watching and anyone who might read the minutes to this meeting that we're always available to you. Please use our phone numbers and our emails on the website. And we just want to encourage the public to reach out in between meetings or virtually any time, whether you're calling the office or calling a trustee. We are still available to you. Thanks.
Any other committee team reports? I'm going to move on to fire.
I had emailed the board a copy of the monthly report. All I have basically listed major incident report for COVID-19. I know we've discussed a lot of things that we're doing throughout the township, but this is just more specific of what the fire department's doing. Currently, we're operating under an incident command system for the COVID-19 pandemic. All of our full-time staff are assigned specific details regarding the pandemic, such as operations planning and logistics. COVID-19 specific response procedures have been developed and implemented. Currently, our PPE is in good condition with a good stock, but as we continue, obviously that may change. There are resources that we can reach out to through the EMA, and I know Chief Jones is doing the same thing. We've reached out to Battelle to take part in the N95 decontamination process. We have to set up an agreement with them, but we've already set up locations to actually hold on to the used N95s until we can get that set up. And currently we're responding to about 4 potential COVID-19 patients a day. That's kind of been the same for about a week. And I know health professionals from Ohio Department of Health and Franklin County Public Health have been talking a lot about the surge with hospitals getting prepared and everything going in line for that. And recent information is that they think we have had a positive impact on flattening the curve somewhat in our area. However, the next 2 weeks are going to be a critical time for that to continue. And they're highly recommending the social distancing and staying at home to continue, for that positive change to continue. Outside of that, on the monthly report, it's training and inspections as usual. And our firefighters helped out with the free produce market on the 27th. That's all we have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Chief Jones?
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, just briefly touching on what Chief Raley said, we've got some incident management systems in play here. Had communication with the sheriff yesterday, Jim Gilbert, and other township chiefs. So if we do start seeing some issues where we have members being quarantined, the sheriff's office and other townships, we've kind of mutually agreed to help each other out, and the sheriff's office will dedicate resources as needed. So the law enforcement issue in the township, we're not going to have any issues with. I did receive some PPE from FEMA EMA yesterday. I think 9 other police jurisdictions also here in Franklin County received some stuff yesterday. So we are well prepared. We're stocked for the near future with everything that we need: gloves, masks, goggles. So the officers have all the safety gear, and we're taking measurements as needed.
Excellent.
First item I have is to request a purchase order for Vance's. It's to order body armor through the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp / Attorney General's grant in the amount of $5,722.75. That would be Fund 2081-210-410. And we will get money back on a 75% grant. It's a 25 match for the township.
So is that 5,722.75, the 25%?
No, the way this grant works is we submit that purchase order. It goes through the system, and then we will get a, I guess, more like a rebate check from the state once we show that we actually made this purchase.
Okay. I'm going to request that we make a motion for Vance's to order body armor through the Ohio BWC grant in the amount of $5,722.75 from Fund number 2081-210-410.
Yeah.
Second?
All right. And Trustee Sword, Trustee Sierra.
Yes.
Yes.
The next motion I have is a motion to accept resignation of Anthony Pfeiffer effective March 20th, 2020. This is a retirement and he gave the township 38 years of service.
I'm going to make a motion to accept the resignation of Anthony Pfeiffer effective March 20th, 2020.
Second?
Trustee Sierra, Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes.
And yet another gentleman with a long and distinguished career of service to this township who will be missed.
Greatly.
Along with that is a secondary motion to approve selling Lieutenant Pfeiffer his service weapon for $1. This has been past practice of retired members of the township.
So moved.
Second,
Trustee Sierra, trustee Sword,
yes.
Yes.
The next motion I'm requesting is a motion to accept the resignation / retirement of K-9 Maverick effective April 1st, 2020.
So moved.
Second,
trustee Sierra, trustee Sword,
Yes.
yes.
And secondary motion to approve selling Maverick to K-9 handler Joe McCoy. This is done under Ohio Revised Code section 9.62 for $1 due to age.
So moved.
Second,
trustee Sierra, trustee Sword,
yes.
Yes. That all you
Yeah,
got?
Last item I have is monthly report. I wasn't thinking, quite frankly, like Ryan did in sending it via electronic means, but I did put a copy in the trustees mailbox this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
We're gonna move on to Public Works. Corey?
Yesterday, trustee Sarah asked me to evaluate the amount of brush piles around the neighborhoods in the township. I think we're going to start brush chipping as of Monday, April 6th.
Okay. I have noticed a lot of people have things out as well with the wind.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad windstorm last weekend. So yeah, we're going to start that Monday morning.
Okay.
I have our monthly report. I was out with Franklin County Engineer past Monday, and we were trying to resolve the flooding issues on Walford between Ward and Laner. We found a fence post wedged inside one of the sewer tiles, so hopefully that issue's been resolved. We removed all the snow removal equipment from our trucks last week. And that's about all I have for the monthly report. I would like to an appreciation for my crew. We've got a lot of compliments on how well they've cleaned up the alleys and cleaned up some of the township properties. They've been doing a great job working outside, practicing social distancing.
Yeah,
I've seen the pictures that you sent of Chambers Circle. It looks great.
I'd really like to check into getting it hydro seeded, but if that cost is too high, we'll probably go over there and hand seed and straw it.
Sounds good. Let us know what you find out.
Is that all you got, Corey?
Yep, that's all I have.
Thank you. And any other items? Appreciations?
Oh, I just want to appreciate everybody here and beyond. I am so impressed with the way all of our departments have handled their particular end of the challenges associated with COVID. And I can't, the public is never going to know really how much has gone on in how many ways behind the scenes. And I can't imagine working with a better group of people who have just put everything aside to be in the trenches with this. So thank you very much for all you're doing for the residents.
I will second that. And I really want to throw a shout out there to the numerous residents who have personally checked in and called and said, hey, we're looking out for one another. These people need help, or so on and so forth. The sense of community that I've seen since this has started has been amazing. And it's a really beautiful thing to live in a community that kind of comes together and flourishes in that sense, both township wise and neighborhood wise. I appreciate every single one of you more than you will ever know. Thank you all.
I want to jump in and thank Carl for his service. He was the last person on the board, and all the work we do is so important. And I'm honored to continue doing it with you all.
All right, before I start crying, does anybody else have anything? I am going to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right,
Thank you all.
thanks.
See you next time.
Bye.